Assalamu alaikum ji. Today I am at this beautiful house, this beautiful home. He's like my elder brother, Abid Farouk. We're here and we want to share something with you. In fact, he does. And I think he has got a really powerful message. So I thought it would be better that we can all learn from what he's got to say. So Abid Bhai is somebody who I've looked up to all my life. He's been very active in fitness, bubbly, full of life, jolly person. And जब disaster strike करता है तो इंसान को पता भी नहीं लगता. And I believe he's got a story to tell. So on to you.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm actually not very good at communicating on these things. The first time I'm ever coming on a
camera.
thing like this, especially, but it's only because of Adnan. He's like a younger brother, and we've actually discussed some of my experiences of life, which has happened to me over the last 4 or 5 years, especially. And he's basically, I've gone through something which I've always felt if God's got me through it, I would like to maybe try and contribute it to other people. If I can help other people out in any possible manner, that's probably the only motivation and intention, the way that I'm coming on with Adnan and talking about this issue of a very personal nature.
Yes.
And as Adnan said that, God has been very kind to me. I've, alhamdulillah, lived all my life well and healthy and played golf and did my gym and everything, and we did lots of stuff together.
Yeah, the workouts.
And then about 3-4 years ago, in October 2014, I played golf in that day on October 5th, and on October 6th I just fainted in the afternoon the next day, and I was diagnosed the same night with leukemia, and it was a terrible traumatic thing in my mind, and I couldn't believe it. I was in denial that how could something like this happen to me. I'm a fit guy, I'm a healthy guy, I'm
always
eating
going
well
to the gym.
And I just thought that no, it's not possible. And then I went through very extensive diagnosis, and I've left for London, as you know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, to my unfortunate thing, it was true that I had leukemia, and I had to face it, and it was a very traumatic time in my life. And when I left home, I really never thought I'd be coming back. And it was an experience, and I left and I said, well, maybe it's the last time I'll see my home again. But so that experience of my life in the hospital there, and all the treatments I went through, and all the personal experiences where I went, and I was very alone. And the first 28 days of my life, I was in quarantine. When I looked out the window, there was another world which I didn't belong to. And it really struck me that, life can be so fragile. But at the same time, once I went through those experiences and the chemotherapy, I realized that, life is a lot more, and it's worth living. And you have to be very strong, and if it's God's given you this gift, that you don't give up. And it's been a journey since. And alhamdulillah, by the grace of God, I've come back. 2 years ago, I came back. I'm in remission. And I've been ever since looking after as much as I can after my health. And my faith in God and belief in God has enhanced tenfold. But the only thing is that I'm still going through a lot of these mental issues about challenges. But I really believe that if I could share my experiences and my thought process about the gift of life and how things can happen and how positivity can help, I'd be very happy to share it with Adnan.
Yeah, and it's a real privilege. मैंने इनको convince किया है कि ये आएं, and because he's got a message and he wants to share his message, and we want, and I'm sure there are a lot of people, including myself, who want to benefit from this information. And it's been you very kind of you, very brave of you to be here, share your story, because मकसद ये है कि ज़िंदगी जिस तरह कि आपने कहा है कि इतनी fragile है, and every passing moment we take it for granted so much. Trivial matters, छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हमारी ज़िंदगी में हम उसके अंदर फंसे हुए हैं, बिगर पिक्चर हम देखने की कोशिश ही नहीं कर रहे. तो मैं जब भी मिलता हूँ, मैं आज भी इनके पास इसलिए आया हूँ because there was something troubling me, and I look at him and he's full of life, and look at me. So there's a lesson there, right there and then. So I've always looked up to you, and you keep giving me lessons, and I hope this journey, this process continues for a very, very long time. So we are going to Abid Bhai's been kind enough. He's going to share not only his personal message, but the treatment and the advices that he can share with us.
Sure.
And and just pass it along to people who need this information, and that's about it.
The only message right now I'd like to give, I mean, in a nutshell, is that there is no greater gift to you is better than health. And if you look after your health, the rest will fall into place. Unfortunately, we're giving time to other things and we forget about our health, who we are, what our body is saying, what our mind is saying. We forget about that and we look at other things and we become stressful. So health is the most important thing. Prevention of diseases and cures are in you. It's up to you how you handle them.
Wow.
And also, the cure is also in you, and the prevention is also in you, and it's not outside. So it's all up to you how you handle it.
देख रहे हैं आप, सुन रहे हैं? These are pearls. Wonderful lessons, Abid Bhai. So honored to be here, and we're going to keep sharing this message. Thank you for your time. Allah Hafiz.